Wowtac A6 Compact. For those of you that probably know, maybe don't know, Wowtac is a sister company of ThruNite, and Wowtac takes a lot of the same technology, the same style light, same function, same quality as ThruNite, and just makes it sort of a more budget-friendly package. They don't include the stuff that I have never used on a light. The belt clip case, never once in my life have I used a belt clip case. Some people might, in which case spend the extra money on something like a ThruNite. The lanyards, never once have I used a lanyard, but again, if you need it, spend a little bit of extra money to get the ThruNite. But for the rest of us that just need the light itself, Wowtac is a great option. So this light is $29.99, and as it implies here, compact. And so here is the light. As you can see, it is a pretty compact light, but this light, despite its size, is run by an 18650 battery. And it actually comes with that battery, and I'll get back to that in a little bit. Just to show you the stuff that this light does come with, standard box. It comes with the micro USB cable. Comes with some extra O-rings and a button, or a cover there rather. Some salt in case you're hyponatremic. And then of course the instruction manual pamphlet thingy. So we'll get those out of the way. Now, like I said, this light is $29.99 on Amazon. I'll put some links down below. You can check it out. And it runs, like I said, on an 18650 battery, which is this. And the nice thing about this is if you're a flashaholic, if you've had a lot of lights, I must have 10 18650 batteries, but if you are not one of those people that's accumulated them over time, the nice thing about this light is that it comes with the battery. It's 2600 milliamp hour battery. It's not one of their larger ones. Here's a Wowtac that was 3400 milliamp hours. Here's a ThruNite battery that I have that's 3400 milliamp hours. So this one, 2600, a little smaller charge capacity. Also something different with this is that on some of their older lights, they used to put the charging port right on the battery, and this newer one, you charge it by plugging it into the light itself. But anyway, it comes with a battery, so you don't need to go try and track down a somewhat not common size 18650 battery. It's not like a AA or a CR123. So the nice that they include that with this light. And let's have a look at the light. Kind of basic style for lights. Type 3 hard anodized aluminum, basic knurling back here. On the back, it's just flat. There's no tail button there because the button is here on the side. The pocket clip is removable, depending on if you want to use it or not. And there's a decent turn up of the pocket clip there, so you can get it over some decently thick fabric into some pockets, which works well. And there's also a good amount of space under the clip, so again, you can put it into some thick pockets. Moving down, right here, the charging port is where you put that micro USB cable into, then you just plug it in, and while the battery is charging, over here, this lights up red while it's charging, and then when the battery is fully charged, it will turn to blue so that you know it. And also, when you're using the light, you probably can't really see this, but there you can go, you can kind of see it's blue when it's charged, when it's fully charged, and as it gets more towards empty, this will be red, so give you kind of a battery charge indicator. There's a little bit of a small heat sink up on the head here, and then down on the tip there is the LED and an orange peel reflector. Not very deep, so this is not going to be a big thrower. They say it will throw 174 meters, but realistically, you're not going to get almost 2 football fields out of this because it's not a deep reflector. It's going to be a bit more of a floody light, but it's still for what it is, for the size. It puts out 1460 lumens on the turbo, which is plenty bright. 400 lumens on high, so plenty bright for almost all applications you're going to need it for as an EDC light. And it is an EDC because of the function as on the side here. There's no, tactical mode. It's just pure EDC that you control by the side button here. So let's have a look now at the function of that. Like I said, everything is controlled by this side button. You long press it, and that will get you into the Firefly mode. Firefly mode is 0.5 lumens. It will do it for 104 days. When you're in that Firefly mode, if you long press it, it will lock the light off, so you can't accidentally turn it on. To get out of that, you just long press it, goes back to that Firefly mode, and you can now turn it on and off. Now, aside from the Firefly mode, to turn on to the regular brightnesses, you just single click it, and it does have mode memory, so whatever you turn it off on, it will come back on, except for the Firefly and the turbo. It has a low mode of 12 lumens for 104 hours, 80 lumens for 16 hours, and 400 lumens for 3.5 hours. And then to get to the turbo, you double click it, and that will go to 1460 lumens. It does that for 2 minutes and then it ramps down. They don't say what it ramps down to, but it ramps down to a brightness that will go for another 210 minutes. So typically it ramps down to the high, that 400 lumens, but they really don't specify. And it also has a strobe mode, which you get to by triple click. Once you've owned some of these flashlights of any brand for that matter, the user interface actually becomes fairly intuitive. So I got this light, I didn't look at the instruction pamphlet, and I turned it on. I'm like, oh, Firefly, oh, yep, you get to that by long pressing it. And then you turn it on, and look, you get between the modes by just holding it down. It'll cycle through those. And I bet there's a turbo mode. Oh, look, it's a double click. And maybe there's a hidden strobe. Triple click, yep. So it functions the same as a lot of lights. If you've had lights before, the user interface, it's pretty intuitive, all basic for lights. It does do that turbo mode, 1460 lumens. It starts to get pretty warm, admittedly. It'll do that for 2 minutes. But realistically, it's rare that you need that much brightness. The 400 lumens is usually plenty for almost everything. And realistically, when you're in a darkened room, 80 lumens or even 12 lumens is plenty. And when you're in a truly darkened room, Firefly is even more than you would expect it. So plenty of options for the brightness there. Now to give you a size comparison of just how sort of small, it's not maybe really the right word is, but small this light is compared to some other 18650 lights. Here's a couple other Wowtacs. Black Scout Survival V3, also an 18650 light, and the Wowtac A6 V2. And you can see just how much more compact it is, and if you throw a battery in there, you can see the light is just barely bigger than the battery. Other than the head, the battery fits back there, and it's not a lot bigger. So it's a really nice, compact, everyday carry light with a lot of output and a good amount of charge that 18650 battery is going to hold. So check this one out, $29.99, links down below from Wowtac, the Wowtac A6.